Okay, I'll take about 35 seconds to a minute and I'll wait for the live stream to roll out and be ready before I start rambling on. Welcome to anyone who has just tuned in. I did not read the notes at all. I'm not reading any messages from anyone that might have messaged me even just a couple minutes ago. I'm going into this totally blind. I know they're dropping side order data, but that's all I know. Maybe they'll talk about maybe a new Grisco weapon or new big run stuff, but we have completely no information on that whatsoever. Okay. I hope I pronounce the name correctly. Naoas, or a dumb trooper, says, not gonna lie, I read them already, but I want to see your reaction. Well, let's see if we're gonna get anything good. I'm hoping for dynamo buffs, wavebreaker buffs, and pencil nerfs. All right, let's see what we get. All right, I'm gonna read them out for you, Mr. B-Chick. You're all good. So, added support for side order, basic stuff. On March 1st, 2024, data relating to the Fresh Season 2024 is added to the game. This includes a new catalog, including new gear, titles, banners, deco, stickers, and emotes. 153 pieces of gear. Wow. Only one new battle stage. Only one. That being Marlin Airport. That's unfortunate. 2 new main weapons, the new dualies and the umbrella. 9 new sets of horrible new kits for main weapons, except for Swiffer. A new Salmon Stage, Bone Rattle Arena. 20 new Table Turf cards, and there we go. Changes to gear. You can now adjust glasses, visors, hoodies, sweaters, layered t-shirts, and shoes with socks. Okay, so I guess you can remove the socks. Made it possible to adjust gear for certain caps as well as t-shirts that did not previously did not adjust gear, such as Splatfest tees. Okay, cool. 2 new songs to multiplayer battles, main weapons. We know these kits already. Okay, swig. Reduce the amount of ink consumed for horizontal swings and vertical swings by 10%. So swig gets a 10% paint buff. Nice. I know my friend Mig is very happy about that. The mini Splatling is now, it paints the feet better, so that's good. Gluga's got a buff, increased the radius of the ink splatter at the point of impact by 10%, so it got a little bit of a painting buff. Reflux got a... Oh, that's a nerf. Reflux got a nerf! Oh, that is so funny! Increase the amount of ink consumed for up to the first charge level by approximately 17%. This is such a funny nerf because when you're in the second charge, it shouldn't affect it at all. But if you're just mashing ZR, it'll count. That is so funny. Oh, they saw the paint bots of Reflux users and they're just like, you know what? How about you play the main weapon and actually get kills with it? Oh, is that it for them? Oh, that looks to be like. That's it. There's no special weapon changes, no Reef Slider buffs. Wow, that is disappointing. Points required for some special weapons have been changed. 52 Gal now has 200 points whale. And End Parries now have 200 points splashdown. So Mr. B-Chick, yes, splashdown got a slight nerf for dualies, as it'll take a little bit longer for them to get it. So if that counts as a nerf in your book, then consider that. Added dedicated poses to the Repinicopolis emote for when the player is equipping dualies, brellas, stringers, or splatonas. Nice. I'm hoping for some good salmon run changes. We're almost done with the page, it looks like, which is unfortunate. Fizzbangs are added. You can press A or L to throw a fizzbang, and it'll launch a firework and deal a small amount of damage to enemies. You can have up to 7 fizzbangs. Okay. You can get a fizzbang when you land on the stage from the spawner and when a player defeats an opponent. The number of fizzbangs acquired at these times increases as the time in the remaining time in the battle gets lower. Nice. Ooh. Oh wait, it's Splatfest changes. I thought it was Et's battle. The points earned by each division during the final results have been adjusted, and the second place team in each division will also earn points. So let's see. Holy shit. Okay, so let's break this down. So before, sneak peek would give you 7 points, votes would give you 8 points, open will give you 12 points, pro will give you 12 points, and tricolor will give you 18. Now, the way it's going to go is that there's a first and second place, so this will give a lot more fairness, and it's not going to be all for one. So this is good. So sneak peek, first place will get 90 points, and second place getting 45. Wow, third place getting nothing is kind of funny. Votes is 70 for first place and 35 for second. Wow, they really upped the point count. Splatfest battle for open and pro and for open and pro is 120p for first place, and then second place gets 60. And then for tricolor, the big dependency factor for a lot of Splatfest wins is now 180 points for first place, and second place will get 90 points. This is pretty good. I'm curious if we're going to see a lot more close scores with this new second place added system. The first place values aren't that much different. They did like kind of tweaked around with the sneak peek and votes, but all the rest remains unchanged in a way. I'm seeing salmon run changes. We got salmon run changes. Okay, let's read this first. The matchmaking for open Splatfest battles has been adjusted to improve matchmaking efficiency. So that's good for anyone, for groups of 2 players. So if you're doing twin with someone, the matchmaking will be a little bit better. So that's great. All right, here we go. I'm hoping that we'll get some special weapon buffs. I'm hoping that Kraken will be invincible upon startup, because I fucking hate it when Kraken gets canceled. I'm hoping that Reef Slider is not shit. Let's see what we got. Reef Slider! Reef Slider! Oh my god! I predicted that! Increase the damage dealt from when you run something over from 400 to 500. I fucking predicted that! Reef Slider, whenever you run over an enemy, will now deal 500 instead of 400. Now, you might be thinking, Hydro, that's only 100 extra damage. You can now instantly kill scrappers. You can now instantly kill steelheads as well. That is insane. You will instantly be able to kill steelheads. That is amazing. Increase the effective radius of the area of the charge attack by 50%. Even better. Reef Slider is better. That's all that matters. Reef Slider is slightly less shit. Lowered the frequency of animation updates for distant salmonids when there's a large total number in order to reduce the frequency of game slowdown. Nice. So essentially, the game slows down a little bit less. Awesome. Table turf. We got all the new cards. Excuse me. To invite new characters, you got to download the DLC. Fair enough. Sorry, I had to drink some water. 7 stages, added a random feature. So you'll have a random stage. I don't play table turf at all, so you're kind of seeing me read this silly. Stage used by Spike, and increase the number of decks players can save from 16 to 32. So this all looks like some really nice additions for table turf enthusiasts. That is nice. Splatnet 3 now has side order stats. A new journey on Wandercrust. Awesome. Nice. And then tournament managers, people who tweak around with this feature will now be able to get a ticket. If you get a food ticket for 2 times team cash for simply participating and using the feature, you get a little reward. And this is every season. So very nice. That is it. Nothing else to it. Oh, we got bug fixes. Maybe there's something that might be interesting here. I'm just reading through them. If I see something that actually catches my attention, I'll read it out loud. But so far, these are just like little inconsistencies. Okay, Undercover Brella gets basically the destroyed canopy issue being fixed, because whenever I would splat someone with the Undercover, I don't recover my shield, and that addresses that. Oh, this is a good change. Sometimes when I play Crab Tank, I would sometimes press R. When I press when I play Crab Tank, and after I like shoot a cannonball shot, it would just have a whole ass half second that I'm just in my sub like I'm throwing a sub animation. I don't even get to, if I do throw a sub, it's just a whole half-ass second delay. But I believe they're addressing that and that gets removed. Other small little issues getting addressed. A lot of these look to address triple splashdown. So in a way it's a nerf, but it's more like just a bug fix. Multiplayer. Again, these are all of these are triple splashdown changes. From here on, at least. Okay. So triple splashdown got some fixes with inconsistency. Salmon run, let's see what bugs got changed. Fits an issue where the damage dealt to salmonids using the loaned end zap was lower than the damage dealt to... Oh! Yes! Okay, let me address this really quickly. This makes me very happy. Let's go on my Switch real quick. Turn on my speakers. It's a very small change, but they finally addressed it. So I'm gonna get the end zap. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know the end zap got a ridiculous buff. For some reason, they decided to buff end zap. Where's the shooters? So just think theoretically here. It deals 30 damage instead of 28, the previous update. They went from 28 to 30 damage. And I told myself, please tell me this applies to Salmon Run. It didn't, but now it does. So this, you're probably wondering, why is it so big even though it's a 10 shot, or not 10 shot, even though it's just a 2 damage increase? Well, I kind of already blurted it out loud, but now you can deal 300 damage in 10 shots. Instead of 11, which basically means that I have a much easier time killing steelheads. So it's a small but welcome change. All right, let's see what else we got. So thank goodness that's fits. Fits an issue that sometimes prevented dealing damage to grillers with the Restarter's charge attack. Even better. Now, okay, here's another little bit of a specific thing. Let's get a Reef Slider. I want you guys to see just how important Reef Slider can be on grillers. So let's get a Reef Slider. Now, to stun a griller and have all 4 of its tails be exposed, you should deal about 400.1 damage. I know the 0.1 is ridiculous, but this means Splatana Stamper cannot one tap it and it'll stun. What I'm trying to say is that with the Reef Slider change and with that inconsistency getting changed, this, simply running that dummy over, pretend that was a griller, simply running that over will guaranteed stun it. It will guaranteed stun it now. So that's one extra reason to use Reef Slider during grillers. Now, another small thing to point out is that Reef Slider in Salmon Run deals 400 damage when you run something over. But now that it deals 500, pretend this dummy is a steelhead. Armored steelheads have 500 HP, so this essentially means, boom, the steelhead's dead. The Reef Slider kills the steelhead without even needing to explode. It did it. So Reef Slider is now, it just got the changes I wanted it to get for a while now. Very, very happy about that. Ignore that. Fits an issue where players would take a large amount of damage when Kraken Whale ended inside a Mudmouth. Okay, this is nice. So basically a small change, but Kraken is now better on Mudmouths because it's more fair. Fits an issue that prevented obtaining normal power eggs when a player hit a non-weak point of a griller with attacks like the G-Slosher. Oh no. Oh no, wait. Hang on, I hope this is not a nerf to G-Slosher. No. Okay, thank God. If anyone was wondering, I'm gonna do another short explanation. The Grisco Slosher is literally the best weapon in the game. And on grillers, if you ever played grillers with the Grisco Slosher, you would notice that it would deal a ridiculous amount of damage. I was very nervous that they nerfed it, but they didn't. Pretend that my Dreadringer right here is a Grisco Slosher. Pretend that 90 damage was 360, like the Grisco Slosher does. Pretend I'm just using Grisco Slosher. We're just talking theoretically here. So 360, 720, so on and so forth. I thought what they addressed was that how do I put it? On grillers, the Grisco Slosher would deal 720 instead of 360 if you hit it in a special spot. The reason why is because not only do you hit the tail, but you hit a secondary hitbox inside the griller that'll go from 360 to 720 damage. So essentially, the Grisco Slosher currently right now deals double damage on grillers, is what I'm trying to say. In Splatoon 2, that did not happen at all. But in this game, it does. So all of a sudden, it's just so busted. So instead of dealing 720 from those 2 sloshes alone, it would have dealt 1440. I thought they nerfed it, but if I read it correctly, they did not. Fits an issue that sometimes made fish sticks appear less frequently in Wave 3 when the tide level is the same for Waves 1 and 3, but Wave 2 has a... I never knew this. This is very interesting. I never knew this at all. Fits an issue where shooting the surface of the water would damage big... No! Big Shot's got a buff! Oh, that's sour. Oh... Well, you know what? The Reef Slider change is already good in itself, but if anyone's wondering for context, if a big shot was in the water, you would be able to damage it. Now they just removed that for some stupid reason. That was such a good feature. That would save me so much time, and now it's gone. That's unfortunate. Fits an issue that sometimes causes drizzlers to fire shots at a lower position than intended when aiming for players in a co-op charge cannon. Okay, so small little issue that'll make killing drizzlers a lot easier. Fits an issue where Joe would eat a steelhead and it would not be damaged by the steelhead explosion. Okay, cool. Fits an issue on Yard where sometimes a player was defeated atop of... I can't do recon for Smoke Yard, but just know if you killed a fish stick on top of the middle pool, you would just fall in the water repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly, and it was just funny. But now they're just gonna put you onto the fan lift now. Oh wait, no, I totally misread that. Ignore everything I said. This is just this is a different issue. Never mind. Fits an issue that sometimes prevented acquiring golden eggs when in an unstable network environment. Even better, sometimes golden eggs could just never be picked up. Now they can. Made it so that the explosion damage from destroying Ouroboros bombs is applied to fly fish with open containers. I always thought that was a thing, but good to know. And fits an issue where the explosion damage from destroying the Ouroboros bomb was less than intended. So cool. All of these salmon run changes, except for this one damn change, is good. Everything else is fine. Everything else is good. The Reef Slider change is awesome for salmon run, but this fucking sucks. This is actually like one of my favorite things about Big Shots, and now they just took it away. So there's that. Slightly adjusted ink color during mirror matches. Sometimes the ink color would be too bright. Okay, so that's good. And fits an issue where when a player ended the previous Splatfest with festival shells would display in the match. Oh, okay. So this patch is very small. Yet there are some things that are very impactful to salmon runners and casual players who enjoy Splatfest. PvP changes, not a fan. I think a lot of these changes are garbage. I think Nintendo just really likes the meta we're in right now. We didn't get any significant changes. We didn't get any Reef Slider buffs for PvP at least. Trizuka didn't get nerfed to the ground. Pencil didn't get another damn nerf. Pencil's still going to be amazing. However, Glooga's, out of all the buffs here, I think my favorite is the Glooga buff. This is definitely going to be the most impactful. Glooga Deco will be very nice to use with this little change it gets. This will make it a little bit more consistent when fighting in battles. I want to point out another thing. Let's go back to here. This is very unfortunate, but if anyone's paid attention to how the seasons work, you would get 2 new stages, a new big run stage, which we're actually not getting yet, I hope we get announced one within a couple weeks' time. We would get 2 new stages every season. Let's see if I can go to the list. Okay. There are only 2 more spots here. Yeah, there are only 2 more spots here on this here. This confirms that we're only getting 2 more stages in the game. And we're only getting 1 next season, that being Marlin Airport, which will go right here. That means that we're only getting 1 stage for the final season, for Sizzle Season. Sizzle Season is going to be the final season of Splatoon 3. That'll add these big updates. So this indirectly does confirm that unless the secondary stage, which hasn't been announced or added yet, will be the big run stage, which would be really cool. We're only getting 1 more stage after this, after Marlin Airport, and that's it. No more stages after the new stage. No more stages after the upcoming 2 stages, including Marlin Airport. That's what I'm trying to say. Very unfortunate. We haven't gotten a big run announcement whatsoever, so that's also very unfortunate. That's one less thing that makes me drive towards this game or like give an incentive for me to play Salmon Run a lot. Big Run is so much fun, and it not being announced is not good, of course. I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed that they will announce it within a couple weeks' time. I think we're going to be getting, if we do get a big run, it won't be until the 8th of March. Or it could be even later. It could even be the weekend after. It could be March, what day is it? 15th. But, yep. They really are giving this game, like, the time of wrapping it up. They're really starting to wrap up this game. And it's very unfortunate. What's the S battle mode? Clams. Anywho, I'm gonna switch back to patch notes. See if there's anything else that might be interesting. I think that's all. Nothing else. This is a very small patch. For Salmon Run, though, this is a pretty good patch. I'm hoping Bone Rattle Arena will be a good stage because it is the final Salmon Run stage, which makes me very sad. I don't know why this is the final stage, even though Lost Outpost and Arc Polaris are in the game's code. I don't know why. I guess the behaviors of some salmonids just don't work on Outpost and whatchamacallit, and on Arc. I could see why they didn't bring back Arc, but not Outpost. I really thought they were going to bring back Outpost. Yeah, everything else, though, is stuff that we got in the tweets. This is going to be a very small season. This is going to be a little bit under-delivering. They're doing little amounts of stuff here to, in my opinion, give an excuse to play side order, because side order is like the elephant of the room with this update. Yeah, it'll be accessible beginning tomorrow, so that's cool. But yeah, other than that, other than these small changes, this isn't really the best patch. For Salmon Run, though, this is good. But that's about it. Yeah, what you said, Saf, this is quite literally a nothing season. This is a very underwhelming season. I know in my eyes, they're doing all of this just to give the incentive to play side order. I know side order is going to be big. But other than that, this season is definitely the hardest hitting, like what ProChar said. All right. That wraps up what I wanted to discuss about with this patch. Again, good Salmon Run changes. Reef Slider change is awesome. I've been wanting that for a while. The fact that you can't shoot big shots underwater is really sad, though. Can't believe they actually removed that, even though that was such a good feature. I'm really hoping, Saf, that the final season will deliver really good. I'm going to keep my hopes up high. I think they're probably saving a lot for this final season. I want to make a small theory that they are saving everything up for the final season. And when I mean it, I mean like they are secretly working on third kits for every weapon. They've just been doing it in secret. And that's why we haven't been getting these like many second kits. We've been getting like smaller and smaller amounts of second kits, with the exception of Nautilus, 7.0, and Glugos. That was a total surprise. But I'm going to predict right now that in summer, the final season, they'll probably have third kits for every weapon. I'm hoping that'll be the case. It'll be awesome. I literally get to log into Twitter every day to see like a whole ass class of new third kits. So like one day I'll wake up to all the new shooters. Next day I'll wake up to all the new rollers, all the new semi-automatics, etc., so on and so forth. But other than that, that'll wrap up what I have to say. No problem, Mr. Beachick. This has been a very hard-hitting season. It's not going to really change how frequently I'll play the game. I'll still play the game a lot. I still love this game. But man, we're really approaching the end game. I agree. It is very big copium. A lot of copium. The next season's either going to be the best season or the worst season in terms of content. Because so far, this is the worst. I don't think any season could get worse than this one. And if they somehow find a way to make the next and final season worse, that's really going to suck. I think we're still going to get another year of Splatfests, though. I don't think they're only going to have 4 Splatfests with these changes. I think they'll have like another 7 or 8. I don't think they're only going to do 4 Splatfests. They'll probably do like another 3 extra. Agreed, a dumb trooper. I think the reason why this patch is so underwhelming is they want to see how broken these weapons will be. I'm going to tell you right now, none of these weapons look good to me at all. They all look like they're mid at best. The best one here is probably Nautilus. Nautilus is probably the best one. E-liter might be really good too if E-liter players find their way around it. But that is it. There's all the other kits look pretty damn mid. Oh, and the Swiffer kit's good. The Swiffer kit's good. I'm very curious about what can be done with this weapon. I know Zipcaster has been something a lot of people want on Squiffer, so we'll just find out. But I think the reason why they're making this patch so underwhelming is so they can just see just how bad these weapons are, because these kits are so bad, and then maybe they'll give the buffs that they need in a future patch. Also, this is just fucking depressing. Worst kit in the game. Yeah, the custom E-liter kit and the new Swiffer kit, these are the good kits. Gluga Deco is also potentially pretty fun too. Point sensor is not really the most fun sub to work with, though. If this was Fizzy Bomb, this would have been an awesome weapon, but point sensor. We haven't gotten a new Fizzy Bomb or a new torpedo weapon this season. I don't think we even got a new Splat Bomb weapon either. I quote this from Prochara, but he is 100% right when he mentions that this game literally wants to capitalize on the new subs. Like, look at this. Where's the sub? We have 10 wall weapons, 10 fucking sprinkler weapons, a smaller amount of the infamous bombs, but Fizzy Bomb, Torpedo, and Angle Shooter are all new subs. I thought they were gonna give it to like 13 weapons. No, we only got Fizzy Bomb on like Sits. We only got Dart on Sits, and we only got Torpedo on Sits. Explain that. You would think that they would be implementing these subs a lot more on these new weapons, but what have we got with Torpedo that's new? GooTuber is the only weapon here with Torpedo that's like getting it for the first time in Splatoon. Kensa Jr. had Torpedo, Kensa Rapid had Torpedo, Clear Dapples had Torpedo. Oh, and Wiper, I forgot about Wiper. And then Undercover Kunder had Torpedo. Like, come on. What about Fizzy Bomb? What Fizzy Bomb weapons are returning? Luna and Machine. Well, that's good. At least these other sits are new, or these other 4 are new fizzy weapons, but come on, they could have added like 4 new fizzy weapons. Like H3 could have had fizzy, or Blob could have had torque, for fuck's sake. Or this could have just had a better kit in general. There's just so many things that the devs could have done with secondary kits that they just really missed the mark on. Alright, well, I've said everything I needed to say for this stream. Everything I need to say. Very hard-hitting patch. Hopefully side order will be pretty good, though. You can expect a side order stream tomorrow. I plan to stay up from... what time is it right now? It's 5:41. So, 5 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. I'll be probably streaming for like 6 hours. Not in a row, but... like, I might have to go eat dinner and do other stuff. But then after that, you know, I'll be streaming for quite a while tomorrow. I plan to, at least. But that's all from me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.